Yo, what's going on guys? It is Cynnnical, and today for you guys got a Jak and Daxter discussion video. Today for you guys I wanted to discuss upon, is Haven City located in the same world space as Jak and Daxter 1 and all the different locations located in that game? Whereabouts does Haven City fit into the world map? Now, first of all, of course, we do know that, Haven City is in a similar location to that of where the different locations of Jak and Daxter 1 are, like Sandover Village. And how exactly do we know this? Well, of course we know this because of the fact that Samus's original hut is actually within, Haven City. Now, exactly, whereabouts does Haven City fall into the world space of the original map? Who really knows? That's never been specified in the game. But this interesting picture right here that was uploaded onto DeviantArt by a user called Taka gives us some very interesting insight towards whereabouts Haven City is actually kind of located on the whole entire world space for, Jak and Daxter, and it's very, very interesting. Now, the only real kind of official and lore evidence we have behind, putting Haven City somewhere on the map is due to Samus's hut. Now, let's look at Samus's hut. Samus's hut is, of course, in Jak 2, and it's located within the very old Haven City ruins. Now, we can probably presume that the old Haven City ruins are one of the very first areas of Haven City that was actually built and founded by Ma. Of course, we know that Ma is the original founder of Haven City. So the old kind of city ruins would, of course, have to be the, one of the first areas of, Haven City itself. And that's just due to the fact that, of course, this part of the city is crumbling. It is very, very old. Samus's hut is actually right there. And of course, to build this whole entire city, you'd probably have to start from somewhere. And just due to the simple fact that from this map, you can obviously see that Haven City was built completely sort of on the ocean. And the reason that we kind of know that, of course, Haven City was sort of in somewhat built on the ocean is because, there is water surrounding all of Haven City. In the different areas that you go to, you'll notice that there is water literally everywhere outside of the city limits, outside of the walls. The whole entire city is actually surrounded by water, apart from the different kind of natural areas that you will go to visit, and that you guys can see on the map. These areas right here, of course, they look like they lead up into actual natural environments, like inside different mountains and of course different precursor structures and stuff. They look like natural different locations, and that were of course kind of similar to that of the different locations that you perhaps visited in Jak 1. They look natural. Now, this is probably due to the fact that those areas right there are actually in the mainland. Now, from this map, it's pretty accurate from kind of what I'm seeing. You'll notice that it looks like Haven City is up against the actual main continent, whatever this continent is, and that's why we actually end up going to visit these different natural places, because they actually are a part of the natural continent, whatever it may be. But for the majority of Haven City, yes, of course, it is actually on the water. Now, there are different kind of mountains and structures that perhaps we didn't really see in the original Jak and Daxter. But the thing to kind of take into consideration is we actually don't have any clue how much time has passed between the events of Jak 1 and Jak 2. We of course know that, Jak and the gang ended up traveling, into the future, like way into the future. But how many years has passed, once again, is not actually specified with inside of the lore of Jak and Daxter. Inside of the manual for Jak 2, it actually states that, rather than how many years are passed, it states, now we are here, sort of, the story so far. That's kind of what it states. It doesn't actually state a specific amount of years. So it's very, very interesting. But of course, we know that they traveled very far into the future, so a lot can actually happen in the future. Different structures, and I'm talking about natural structures, can form. different things in the world space could like switch and change around. Perhaps earthquakes happened and some of the land like you know, kind of negated away. So who really knows? Of course we'd have a better idea towards this if we did actually have some sort of clue as to how many years has passed into the future, but we know that they are a decent amount of time into the future, obviously due to the fact that the whole entire city somewhere close to Sandover Village has been built. I mean, Haven City is massive, and of course we know that it is very, very close to Sandover Village. If we look into the distance from Sandover Village, standing by Samus's hut in Jak 1, you'll notice that there is literally nothing there in that sea space other than sea. But you'll also notice in the distance that those other mountains are present, which makes me believe that those mountains are actually the mountains that are located on the other side of Haven City, which of course we visit throughout different missions in Jak 2. I would say that in the direction that I'm looking at right now, that is most likely where Haven City is actually placed on the map, just due to the simple fact that of course Samus's hut is actually part of the old city ruins. And of course it goes back to the whole factor that, you know, Jak is actually Ma, or so it kind of presumes to be. We don't actually know whether he is the Ma. It's really, really hard to follow the lore of Jak and Daxter, and things are just thrown up into the air. But we can presume that Jak is Ma, or somehow related to Ma, and that would kind of mean that, of course, we know that Jak grew up in Sandover Village, and if he turns out to be the actual Ma, then you would think that he would build the city from a location that he is familiar with from his past. And to start building the city, I think that from Samus's hut and close somewhere, you know, close to obviously Sandover Village would probably be the perfect place. In terms of the Ma situation though, it's kind of hard to decipher, as of course we know that Jak more so was actually a kid originally from Haven City, and then the whole time travel things come in, get sent back into the past before Haven City's construction, so that's kind of hard to figure out that factor of it. But in terms of where Haven City is placed, it looks like it is placed off the coast of Sandover Village. Anyway guys, that's just kind of my 2 cents on the situation. Thought I'd bring you a Jak and Daxter discussion video. I don't really do these often, but I know that you guys seem to enjoy them when I end up doing them. So I want to say thank you so much to Taka for doing this map over on DeviantArt. It does give us some sort of a better idea as to whereabouts Haven City is actually placed in the world space of Jak and Daxter. But anyway guys, hopefully you have enjoyed today's video, and until next time guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.